Welcome back to my channel. So in the previous videos we already learned about the JavaScript basics, JavaScript variables, and the JavaScript hoisting. So in this video we will be learning about implicit type cohesion in JavaScript. So implicit type cohesion means converting one data type to another while doing some operations. So we will see in this video what type of cohesion JavaScript does according to the which operations in is being happening, right? So implicit type cohesion in JavaScript is the automatic conversion of value from one data type to another. It occurs when operands of expression are of different data types. So different data types means if we declare one variable with number and declare other variable with string. So JavaScript does like it converts one variable to the second variable data type and do the operations. So that conversion happens according to the operands, we are doing which operand, then it will convert accordingly. So first is a string cohesion. String cohesion happens when using the plus operators. Like in this, when we will be using plus operators with the two different data type variable, then string cohesion will occur. So in string cohesion, what will happen when a number is added to the string? The number will be converted to string and concatenation occurs. So what happens when we will be using plus operator in JavaScript with the two different data type variable, then it converts the number variable to string, and then it concatenate that string and return the string. So let's move to the example. So you see there is one variable with x, one variable with y, one is a number, one is a string. So if we try to print this, so you'll see 33 is here, right? So what it does is it converts the number to string, and then it adds then it concatenates the string. So plus means when we use the two strings plus sign between the two string, then it concatenates. Same happens in this expression. So it converts JavaScript automatically converts this number to string value, and then plus is doing the concatenation, right? So this is known as a string cohesion in JavaScript. So when JavaScript see operands of different data types, it converts the numbers to string before performing the operation. So it sees a plus operands, then it converts the number to string, and then it do the operation. Example with two strings. So we already know that if there are two strings, then it concatenates mostly in most of the languages concatenate the string. Let's see in the x is not defined, right? So it concatenates the string. So plus add numbers but concatenates the string, right? So but if there are two numbers, like x is 3 and y is also so 3. So if there are both the variables are numbers, then it will not convert the variables, because there is no need of cohesion in this case. So it will add the numbers. It shows 6, right? So if one of the variable is a different data type, then it converts the number to string value. So what is numeric cohesion? With the minus operator, JavaScript converts the string to numbers before performing subtraction. So in the minus case, if there are two data types, two variable with different data types, so it converts the string to number. In this case, for the plus it converts numbers to string, but for the minus it converts string to number and then do the operation. So in this case it will show 0 because it converts 3 to number, which is a 3, and 3 minus 3 is 0. So what if there is a string in this case? Like, we cannot subtract any 3 minus any string because this is not a valid expression. So in this case it shows nan, not a number. So whenever you are doing minus operations on the two variables, make sure that both of them are numbers, not a string. If there is a string variable, then make sure that inside that it should be a number. Otherwise it may break the things, and you may not able to capture it, right? So this is a numeric cohesion in JavaScript. And next is a boolean cohesion. Boolean cohesion take place when using logical operators, ternary operators, if statement, and loop checks. To understand boolean cohesion in if statement or operators, we need to understand truthy and falsy values. So what is a boolean cohesion? Boolean cohesion occurs the string and numeric cohesion occurs using the plus and minus operands. But the boolean cohesion occurs when we are using the if statements, when we are using the logical operators, when we are using loop checks, ternary operators. So in this case, boolean cohesion um, is has occurred, right? So to understand boolean cohesion in if statement and operators, we need to understand truthy and falsy values. Truthy values are those which will be converted to true. Falsy values are those which will be converted to false. So all the values except false, 0, 0, and minus 0, uh, empty string, null, undefined, and nan are truthy values. So whenever we will be using if statements or logical operators, so we need to understand about the truthy and falsy values. So whenever we will be use if statement, then inside that, if there is a truth value, then it will return true. If there is a falsy values, if it will return false. So all the values except these values except these values will be true value, right? If the value you are using are included in this like these values, then it will be returned false, right? So let's look at example. X is a 0, 0 is a false value, we already know because it is included in these numbers. So if x console log x won't run because 0 is a false. So if false, it will not run, we know already, right? So if x is at 0, then it will not run. If y is at 23, 23 is a truthy value because it is not included in these values, right? So if we try to run this, it will show 23. It will only run if statement for a y variable, right? Because it's the truthy value. So what if we convert x to some value? Some value means truth value, because 25 is a truth value. It is not 0, false, or nan. So this will return 24, 25, and the both the statement will be executed in this case, because both are truthy values. So what if one is a, you can say, nan? We already know, right? Nan is also falsy value. Nan is not defined. Undefined. Undefined is also falsy value, and it will show 23 only, not for the x variable, right? So let's move to the logical operators. How? So the logical operators in JavaScript return one of the operands, not always a boolean. So in this case, it will return a boolean. The x is undefined, it will return a false. Y is 23, it will return a true. So, but while using logical operators, it will not always return a boolean. It can return one of the operands. Operands means one of the variables. So let's look at the example. So this is known as the OR logical operator. The OR means there are pipe key in your laptop. So when you inserted two pipe keys, and then it will become a OR sign. So OR means returns the first truthy value and the last one if none are truthy. Returns first truthy value. Truthy value means which are not there in these values. So other than these values, all the values are truthy values. So 220 is a truthy value, we already know. So what OR operator like OR operator does, that it returns a first truthy value. So first x or y. First truthy value is x, then it will return a x. 220 is x and it will return x value. In the second, x or z, like we know x is a truthy value, is a 220, and then it will return 220. Then two console statements shows 220, right? So if we do z or x, right, but it does returns the first truthy value or the last one if none are truthy, right? In this case, second is a truthy value, so it will return second. So if we have a variable a which is a null, so null is also a falsy value, undefined is also a falsy value. So if both are falsy value, it will return a second falsy. What logical operator is saying, returns the first truthy value or the last one is none are truthy. None are truthy means both are not truthy values, one is a null, one is undefined. Then it will return the second one. Second one is a, it should return null here. Null has been printed here, right? So this is how we will use the logical OR operator. So next is a logical and means and it's a two like you can say, and we insert a key of and we need to insert it two times so that it becomes and operator. Returns the second value if both are truthy. So x and y both are truthy, you know. So if we do the and operator here, it will return the second truthy value. Second truthy value is hello, right? So it returns y. Otherwise return the first falsy value, like return the second value if both are truthy, otherwise return the first falsy value. Both are truthy means return second value. If one of them is not truthy, returns the first value. Returns the first falsy one. So first falsy one is z, so it returns undefined here, right? If x and y true because both are truthy, if x or z true, both are truthy, and operator. So this is a and operator. Next is the equality coercion. So equality coercion happens when we use double equal to or triple equal to. Double equal to operator compares values after type coercion, while triple equal to checks both value and type without coercion. So whenever the coercion happens, we know JavaScript converts one data type to the like second data type. So whenever we will use the double equal to, it will convert one of the variables to the second data type and it will check the equality. So if we console the equality here, a and b both are same but data type is different, but it will convert, JavaScript will convert the data type here and it will match the values and it will show true here. because we are using double equal to converts the value, converts the data type actually, right? If we use triple equal to, it will not convert the data type. Like it will do the comparison before the cohesion. Before the cohesion means not convert the data type, so it will show false, right? So this is basically a double equal to and triple equal to, and this is also important for the interviews. Many times interviews ask about these, how conversion happens behind the scene in the JavaScript. So you can go through this video, and also you can go through some examples from the internet, and because this is a core of the JavaScript, and many programs or many like projects build around this expressions, right? So summary here is: plus converts numbers to string, minus multiply and divide converts string to numbers, if or and converts converts to boolean, equal to and triple equal to cohesion type, strict comparison, right? So this is all from today's video, and if you want to learn anything related to the JavaScript, React or React Native, right, you can comment down to this video, and I'll try to make that video, and